Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a Google Hangout. I'm here with some of the brilliant students who created the NASA Johnson style video, and we're just kind of having a hangout with them to talk about what that experience was like, whether they expected the popularity of the video, and what they hope to do with their lives after they get through with the co-op program and get in the space program. So why don't we just kind of go around and everyone who's on the call introduce themselves.
All right, I'll start. My name is Adam Nades. I'm from Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania. Went to school over at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. I co-opted here for 4 different tours at JSC, and my part in the video was as a mentor and a producer.
My name is Eric Sim. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm studying aerospace engineering at NC State, and I recorded the song and I played Psy in the video.
Hi, my name is Gary Jordan. I'm currently a junior at Penn State University, majoring in marketing. This past fall, I co-opted at NASA for the first time in the Public Affairs Office, and my role in the video was director of photography, some of the filming, and mainly editing.
Hi everyone, my name is Ronak Deve. I'm a senior at Purdue University, majoring in aerospace engineering. My role was, and I also did some of the camera work.
And I'm Brian Grant. I'm the Pathways Programs and Recruiting Manager at the NASA Johnson Space Center. So oversee one of our student programs where all the students here with us today work as a part of.
And I'm Veronica Thiel, and I'm in the Education Office at NASA Johnson Space Center and oversee some of the internship programs where the students come on board here at Johnson Space Center.
Well, very good, thank you. So when you guys were starting out, and I guess you have to do a song, or you have to do a video every year, was it right away you knew you wanted to do a music video, and how did you decide upon Gangnam Style as the way to do that?
So I guess I'll start off with this. Adam can add to this, but this isn't really a mandatory thing. It's a project that was started about 5 years ago, 2007 range, that some of the co-ops then had the idea to create unique outreach videos that could reach a new audience. Doesn't necessarily reach. So there's been about maybe 20 cumulative videos made. I know Adam and I last fall, worked on 4 or 5 of them, and the co-ops before us had made a few. And I guess after the success of the We're NASA and We Know It video and some of the stuff Curiosity was doing and some of the publicity on site we were getting of the good work we were doing, and people were kind of more open to doing something a little more liberal, and we kind of had the idea of doing a music video, and so that's where that kind of started. I don't know if Adam, you want to add to a little bit of the history part before we talk about this one specifically?
Yeah, so just in general, the co-op video committee was created just as a way to connect with the public in a way that's meaningful to them. A lot of the original videos focused on TV shows or parodies and just things that the general public are interested in and are entertained by. So we kind of continued with that, and we just wanted to make fun and entertaining videos to explain what NASA is doing. And in the past there have been some very popular parody videos made. We kind of shied away from doing those over the past couple of years because people said, oh, they've been done before, but I think enough time had passed and we saw a unique opportunity with the Gangnam Style and we took it.
One of the other interns, Joyce, just had an idea and she emailed it out to everybody because it was just one of those songs that, it was pretty much like every other song on the radio you heard was Gangnam Style, and it was already at like some 100 million views, and it was just sort of everywhere. So, and then we started seeing like MIT do a parody. We saw, there was a few other ones, and we thought, we could probably one up these guys and show them that NASA's cool and we know what we're doing. So just all the pieces sort of fell together from there. So.
And we figured the popularity of the video, it was a good opportunity to exploit that and sort of take something that was originally entertaining and somehow, I mean, I don't know if you've seen Gangnam Style, but it's sort of meaningless. Like the whole dancing thing, it got kind of random, but we put it together in a way that was educational and people can actually get something out of it.
So when you shot the video, were there parts of it when I know you had to get the script approved, I guess. Were there parts of it that were too risque? Because there were some parts in there that were pretty fun where you had, like, the astronauts involved.
Anybody?
I mean, we wanted to be true to the video, but also not make it to the point where it wasn't meaningful. So most of the, almost 100% of the shots that we copied have some sort of educational side to the actual shot. There's very few that are just there to kind of parody the video. We didn't want to just stray off to where we were just where we were still parodying the video, but it didn't have any meaning. And I mean, you guys can add to that. That's how I saw it.
I mean, yeah, obviously there are some risque parts of the original video that we, representing government agency could not replicate 100%. But I think that we took our own spin off of them and made them fun and in our own way.
So 4 million page views. Did anyone expect that? Did you guys expect to beat 7 minutes of terror?
No,
I did.
I definitely did not. I mean, when we released the video, like that Friday, we had a release event here at JSC to show it off to Johnson Space Center first before we made it public. And we talked to each other. We were like, yeah, maybe we'll have like 1,000 views come Monday or 100,000 or something. And come Monday, I think we had 1 million. So it just blew us away, and it was an exciting weekend, that's for sure.
We actually cracked the YouTube view algorithm. So after you hit 300 views in a specific period of time, they stop counting. They keep counting the views, but they authenticate each view because they think someone is trying to game the system. So we were sitting there that night, and it hadn't budged from like 312. We were like, really? We know more people than 300 have watched this. Why is this not moving? And then we all did our research, and now I guess we're all experts on the YouTube view count aggregator.
Yeah, it had like 2,000 likes, but only 300 views, and we were just like...
I'm curious, when some of you have gone back to your campuses after this came out, or maybe you already were on your campuses, Eric or others, I mean, did people come up to you?
Yeah,
Actually, yes.
yeah, a few people. Some people, like, especially in the engineering school, like where NASA's really popular, and they follow NASA videos anyway, they, a handful of people that knew me kind of shared it with everybody else, and so like just kind of get like double takes when I'm walking in the hall. They're like not sure if it's me because I mean I wear glasses every day, and I'm not wearing it in the video, so it's kind of like looks kind of like me. So just get a lot of double takes at school now, so it's kind of funny.
I'm pretty sure it's the same story with everyone here, but we all took the time to share with all of our friends. So I know that when I went back, all of my friends came up to me and were asking about the video. Did you make it? Was that you at 58 seconds or wherever I popped up? But they were all asking questions about that, and they all loved it. They all shared it with their friends, and really that was what it was all about. Was just getting them so excited that they just wanted to tell everyone else.
I was actually at a. Go ahead, Brian.
We've already had our new students that are starting on Monday. Several of them have been asking us about the video and how they can get involved in that. That was neat and look forward to. Made them even more interested and excited about getting started to work here as a student and to get involved in projects like that.
I was actually at a aerospace co-op recruiting informational session kind of thing yesterday, and I was just hanging around after the meeting just so some of the freshmen could talk to me about the experience. And one of them came up and was like, so were you there when they were making the video, the NASA Johnson style? I was like, yeah, I helped make it, and it was just I've been waiting for that third party thing to come full circle and have someone ask me about it. And, it was really funny the way it happened.
So, do you guys find that generally your fellow students back at your home institutions know what you're doing here at NASA or what Johnson Space Center is doing, or are they not sure what NASA is doing after the shuttle?
I think the general answer is no. I think that they don't. I think there's a very large portion of the population that correlated the end of the space shuttle with the end of NASA itself, and that is, as we all know, very far from the truth. There's definitely a lot going on, not only here at Johnson Space Center, but all across the agency, and it's frustrating to us, going back and having people say, "Hey, what do you do?" "Oh, I work at NASA." "Oh, I'm so sorry. I heard they got canceled." Well, that's not true. So that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on. One of our missions is to let people know that there's still a lot of cool things going on, a lot of awesome things coming up in the future, and that we are alive and well.
So, talk maybe you guys could each talk a little bit about what you have done as these co-op students. I mean, I would imagine it's a little more than getting coffee for people.
This past tour was my second one, and I was working in propulsion systems, and I was working on an in-house test bed called Morpheus. And then my first tour, which was in the spring of this year, I was working at the Neutral Buoyancy Laboratory, and it's a giant pool with a ISS mock-up in there where astronauts go in and train, and I just helped out with that, and it was just an awesome experience. I got to scuba dive too.
This was my first tour this past fall at NASA, and my job in public affairs office, very well-rounded experience. I got to give a lot of tours to some pretty important people, so I got to get out of the office, kind of walk around, show people, learn the history. I got to talk to media, especially about all the recent events, so I was always current with what was going on at NASA Johnson Space Center. And then one of the highlights was getting to talk to and communicate with astronauts, and really getting to know them on a personal level when I was talking to them, and giving them the opportunity to talk to the media and tell other people about what they were doing. So overall, great round experience.
So I've had 2 tours in ISS operations. The first being in communications and data handling, where I basically worked with the flight controllers who work in mission control and helped them with the tasks that they do daily and the tools that they use daily, and making them better and helping them out. And my second operations tour was in the ISS maintenance and mechanisms group, and they're basically a smorgasbord, if you will, of tasks that happen on station are controlled by them, including all the in-flight maintenance of the vehicle, and all the mechanisms that go into berthing another vehicle to the station. And my second tour, which was in between those two, was also in the propulsion system branch. And there I worked on the MMSEV, or Multi-Mission Space Exploration Vehicle, and I did a lot of work on creating one of the new mock-ups that's now built and being used for RATS testing.
During my tours, I did 4 of them, so I'll just go through them real quickly. I started actually as an intern and moved to a pathway intern. So I started back working on a reduced gravity simulator, which is really cool, just training astronauts to how they would work in lower gravity environments like in space or on the moon or Mars. Then I worked on the multi-mission space exploration vehicle like Ronak did. I did that twice. I mean, that's pretty much a future concept for a spaceship, so that was a really fun project. And then I also worked in operations supporting the space station electrical system. And most recently, I co-opt in the tools and equipment branch. So we are responsible for like designing, testing, and space tools. and that's where I actually am now full-time as well. So a lot of cool stuff.
I would just like to say that a lot of times our co-ops and our students, they're absorbed onto the teams themselves and treated and given projects just like employees would, so they're given the real-time hands-on experiences that they wouldn't get normally. And so we're very fortunate to have a team of experts and technical experts who take the time to mentor them and to give them the responsibilities to handle these projects.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like a pretty cool opportunity for students. Now, the final question is did this experience change anyone's mind now, or do we have any budding internet celebrities here, or does everyone still want to go into space when they're done with college?
The next step is doing a video in space.
There you go.
We got to stay with NASA in order to do that, and that's the only way to top, this video. So.
Well, guys, thank you very much. I really appreciated you taking your time today, and have a great afternoon.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Eric.
Thank you.